Hello and welcome, my dear friends. Today I am in a more informal attire because this is the last session of our second book club. This is session 8, and then we will take a break. So next Saturday we're not meeting because on Sunday I will be doing the episode 2 of The Pianist and the Chef that I hope that you will join me. I will take you down. You'll see the road from where I am right now, up in the mountains of Cordoba. You'll see the mountains and the lakes. I'll show you parts of the city. I'll show you when I arrived to my mother's house and what she's doing. And then we will cook together and we will play the piano for you together. And then you will meet two relatives of mine that mean a lot to me, and they will tell you some funny stories about my childhood that I don't know if I want out there, but this is going to be a closed webinar, so it's okay, I guess. And then it's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you for coming today. And to finish the book club for the book, The Healthiest Diet on the Planet, I just want to summarize it in a way, in a very simplistic way, but really eating this way, it's when it gets down to it, it's simple. So I just want to say a few words and then we'll do a little cooking demo and then I will have some music for you. So what I hope you have gotten from the previous book, The Starch Solution, and from this book, The Healthiest Diet on the Planet, is that what we are always trying to follow as much as possible, as closely as possible, is a whole food, plant-based diet. And the key word here is whole food. Because people can eat a plant-based, I could be eating French fries and chips, and that would be plant-based. In most cases, there are no animal products, but you know very well how unhealthy that is and how you would gain a lot of weight. Not to mention that you could be eating, Oreos and chocolate and I don't know, many things that don't have animal products, but they're not whole foods. So that is the key word. I hope that stays with you. We're trying to, eat the apple as an entire unit and not an apple juice, not because it's not healthy, but because the whole food has the fiber intact, which fills us up and acts as a way, as a little, you can imagine this wagon, this train wagon that is running through our bodies and it's taking all these toxins and, materials that need to be taken out. And it's with the fiber and with the water that is accomplished. And that is in the whole food. Because when it is not whole, either the fiber is disturbed or it doesn't have the liquid, the water, or in the worst case, both. And in the worst case, adding some other chemicals and things that are not health promoting. So that is what I want to leave you with, to think about whole food. When you are eating something, ask yourself, is this as close to the source as possible? Is it as close to the original fruit or vegetable? Eat an olive, not olive oil. And we've mentioned this a lot of times. So I hope that stays with you. And so what we planned today, or I planned, was to cook two recipes that are very simple and on purpose, so that people maybe that are watching this and are not familiar with eating a whole food plant-based, they can see how it really is not time consuming, it's not expensive, and it is very tasteful, very nutritious, very filling, and very low in calories, which is what we want. We want to never feel hungry and be always under calories so that we can continue to lose weight if that's what we want. So today I chose recipes from page 144, which is the beans and greens soup, because I always want to include greens, and I hope that you do too. It gives life to our body. It can really have an impact on the endothelium on the inside of our arteries to always eat 4, 5, 6 servings of greens, which is not very much. It's a little palm of the hand here. So, and then the other one is on page 206, and that is the easy Mayan black beans. So I'm going to close here the camera, and I will take you with me to the kitchen. Hold on just a minute. So for the beans and greens soup, we will start with a large soup pot. I'm just going to use this one, although I do have a soup pot, but I want to see if I can make it fit in this one. And we're going to put 1 onion chopped. And we will add 1/4 cup of the vegetable broth. We will also add 1 stalk of celery chopped, which is about 1/3 cup. And we will add 1 carrot chopped. It doesn't say if it's small or medium or large. This is a medium carrot chopped. Okay. We need to cook this for about 5 minutes. So, it says to stir occasionally. So, I want to show you again, I'm sure that you've heard this enough times, but how easy it is to cook with no oil. The onions are releasing their own sugars and juice, and the celery as well, and the carrot. And of course we had the 1/4 cup of vegetable broth, but of course you do have to have a very good non-stick pan or it's not going to work. Or it's not going to work very well, or you might have to use more water or more broth, but having a good non-stick pan is really a must for us who cook with no oil. So I just want to mention how fun it has been to read this book with you, The Healthiest Diet on the Planet, and that I'm excited to start the new book, The Cheese Trap. I think it's going to be very, very good. You're going to love it. You're going to learn so much. I hope that you will come. Not only that, but you will invite people. So this is a good way to say, hey, I'm in a book club that is fun and it's online, and this funny guy who's a pianist and also a chef, we're gonna be reading this book. I don't know, just make up something, but just saying that taking the attention away from you helps when you want to share this information with other people. So it's not you who's giving them the information, is an expert, because of course anybody else other than you is going to be an expert. And it happens to me, even though I'm known for all this, the people who know me, it's just me. It's their friend, or it's their son, or it's their, uncle, or it's their dad, or whatever. And so it's easier if someone else is sharing the information. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes. So now let's go back to the book and read what's the next step. All right, the next step is to add the 1 teaspoon of minced fresh garlic and 1 tablespoon of low sodium soy sauce. Here's the garlic. And a tablespoon of the soy sauce. And 4 cups of the vegetable broth we're going to put in there. It looks like I put a little more, but it's not. It's just that some of those cups were not totally full. It is smelling very good. So now it's asking for the dash of red pepper flakes, which I'm not going to put because this is going to be hot enough, because I'm going to use hot sauce later. And it also needs the greens, which is 6 cups. Let's see, 6 cups of chopped greens. I used kale, but you could use a combination of kale and Swiss chard or I don't know, spinach, whatever, but it needs to be 6 cups. So the way I'm going to do this is 1 cup of these big, white beans and 1 cup of kidney beans. I'm sorry, it's 1.5 cups each, because it's asking for 1 can, but a can is 1.5 cups. So I measured it. Those are beans that I cooked myself. I like to cook them myself. 99.9% of the times I cook the beans in the Instant Pot. It's easy, convenient, because you can be doing other things around the house and they can be cooking on their own, and you know exactly what there is in them, which is beans and water, nothing else. And remember that you can cook big batches because you can freeze them. So that saves time and it saves a lot of money. These are very inexpensive when you buy them dry and you cook them. So that was 1.5 cups of kidney beans and 1.5 cups of white beans. It could be any kind. Now the other 1.5 cups of those white beans, I pureed them like Mary suggests to make the soup creamier. So that is the other 1.5 cups and it is puree. So now we need to lower the heat to low medium or medium low, and we're going to mix this very well. And the directions say to cook for about 10 minutes or until the greens are soft, especially the kale that tends to be a little bit tougher. So it says here about 10 minutes. So we're going to count the 10 minutes. And while those 10 minutes are going by, we will be starting with the salad. Let's see if I have missed anything here. Hold on. Let's look at the book. So whatever's left from the vegetable broth, you put it in there, and you will also put the wine vinegar and the black pepper to taste. So 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar, and here's where you would add the black pepper. Again, I'm going to leave the black pepper for later to add it on the food, because I am going to be using some hot sauce to serve it. So I want you to see the beautiful colors here. So hold on while I close the camera. Very good. You can see the beautiful green, and with all the beans and the carrot, the orange of the carrot, and it's just really colorful. So I'm going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes. I'm going to put the lid on this. And let's move on now to the easy salad. So I am going to move this to the other burner here. And put the pan here to start with the salad. So the easy Mayan black beans takes 1.5 cups of black beans, cooked, of course. So it's 1 can or 1.5 cups. Remember that 1 can is 1.5 cups. So we will put the black beans in the pan here. One cup of fresh salsa, and I must say proudly that I made this salsa myself. I'm getting really to the point where I like to make the salsa myself. And half half a cup of green onions chopped, and 3/4 cup of corn. Also, this is a very colorful recipe. You have the dark black, the green from the green onions, and yellow from the corn. It just makes it a very nice. I always say how beautiful this food that we eat, it's plant-based food it is. Not beautiful to not only for what it does to our health and to our bodies, but beautiful how it looks. You don't have blood, or you don't have veins, you don't have big blobs of saturated fat. I mean, it's just a beautiful to look at. It's delicious, and of course, it's health promoting. So we will need to bring this just to a gentle boil. It does need to cook for about 12 minutes. So while we wait for this to cook for about 12 minutes and the soup, which is almost done, I'm going to play for you a beautiful piece of music with my friend Leonardo Rojas, the violinist, and we will play for you a very famous piece of music that is called Meditation by Jules Massenet, a French composer. And this piece is an excerpt from one of his operas that is called Thais. And it's during these challenging times we're all living in. It's nice sometimes to just close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, meditate on all the good things that we have, and listen to this music. So enjoy. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And we'll have more music with Leonardo. And remember, let's see. Remember that every Tuesday we will be releasing a music video, and if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, you will get a notice that we have uploaded, and I hope that you will pass it on to everybody you know so that I can get to at least my 20,000 subscribers. All right, excellent. So I want to show you what it looks like. This is really, I think it is done. By the way, this pan doesn't have a cover, so I was covering it with this one because it says to cover it. I'm going to turn off the heat, and here's the soup. So I'm going to put some in a bowl and try it and see how it came out. Hold on. So I am back here, and just give me a minute. So here is the soup. And, if you're not a fan of kale, I chop it very small. And there's actually a baby kale that it's softer. You can pre-cook it. But if not, just use Swiss chard, use spinach. And so this recipe is most likely on the website. So if you don't have the book because you joined us later or for whatever reason, if you go to drmcdougall.com and you type the name of the recipe, which is beans and greens soup, I am 99% sure it's on the website. It's on page 144 and 145. And Mary McDougall says that you can also try it with garbanzo beans. You can also add 1 can of diced tomatoes to the soup, and you can add 1 or 2 tablespoons tomato paste to the processed beans mixture. So um, that's another variation. So let's see how it came out. I put some hot sauce here, some sriracha sauce. So that's why I didn't put pepper. I'm not too good at taking very hot mm, food, very spicy. But let's see. Hmm. Yes. Remember, you can put black beans, you can put garbanzo beans, you can put any beans. She just put these So I'm not going to eat a lot first because it's not nice to eat in front of you. I'm sure I'm making you hungry. But also, I made this, I wanted to make the soup because tonight I have guests coming. And even though they're not plant based, but they're very open to my cooking. So this is going to be for tonight. And the other recipe is on page 206, and it is the easy Mayan Black Beans. And one of the things that the book says here is that this can be eaten by on its own, and it can be a wonderful topping for brown rice. Or for a simple recipe variation, it says add about 3/4 cup of cooked brown rice to the bean mixture about 5 minutes before the end of the cooking time. This recipe adapts well to pre-cooking. Double the recipe, cook ahead of time, refrigerate half for use within the next 2 days, and freeze the remainder for later use. So hold on, I'm going to go get the other there from the oven, from the stove. Just a minute. All right, this is the other, the Mayan beans, and there's the beans, the green onions, the corn, uh, oh, and salsa, of course. And let's see here. Mmm. Mm-mm. Yeah, very good. Mm. This can be definitely eaten cold or hot. Um, and remember that, excuse me, remember that if you use salt, which is allowed in the McDougall program, salt is used as a condiment, not as the main dish. So you can sprinkle just a tiny bit. I don't think it needs it really, but remember that Dr. McDougall's philosophy is that if adding a little bit of salt is going to help you eat this instead of a Big Mac or fried chicken or something, by all means, add a little salt and eat it. This is healthy. So, very good. This tastes just great. I love this recipe. Mm, both of them are recipes that I haven't made before. So these are new for me. I'm also going to serve this tonight. So thank you guys. You helped me prepare dinner for tonight by making this. Um, I don't have any other announcements other than I will see you in the next book club in 2 weeks for the cheese trap. Make sure you buy that book. It's really worth purchasing. It's this, and you can go ahead and read. I think that the foreword is very interesting, and the note to the reader is very interesting as well. And the introduction. So I would say to maybe go all the way to read through chapter 1, although I don't know if we will be able to cover all of that. Um, and the other thing to remind you that I said at the beginning, if you're watching this later on, when it is uploaded to YouTube, and you're not watching this live, the link to the registration page for the episode 2 of The Chef and the Pianist, which is going to be a taste of Spain with 3 recipes that my dear grandmother from Spain passed on to my mother, and now my mother is going to pass them on to me in this webinar where we will cook together. The link is in the description, and I hope that you will register and join me. And please tell me, let me know if you have any questions. If you want these recipes, like I said earlier, go to drmcdougall.com, and I am certain that they are there because they have put all the recipes on the website. So very good. Thank you again for joining today. And I will see you either next Sunday in the cooking webinar, or I will see you in 2 weeks for today on a Saturday when we start the new book club. Thank you very much for joining. It means a lot to me to spend some time with you and see your comments here. And it is exciting to see how we can be connected, even though we're all over the world. So, and we have one very clear goal, which is we want to have a vibrant life where we want to be healthy and live a long, productive life and do all the things that we want to do and love to do, and spend time with the people that we love, and we want to be healthy so that we can enjoy every minute. So thank you again, and I will see you very soon. Have a wonderful week, and cook something very healthy this weekend. Okay, bye.